Welcome back to Women's Strength and Bodybuilding. My name is Mark, and let's jump into the results of the 2013 NPC USA's that just wrapped up this past weekend. Quick lesson in case you didn't know. The NPC is the amateur bodybuilding organization, and the IFBB is the pro organization. Coincidentally, the NPC is the only amateur bodybuilding organization to be recognized by the IFBB. So to qualify to become IFBB Pro, you have to do it by winning the NPC. So full disclosure, Pastor Candy Canary competed in this show, which is awesome. If you haven't had a chance to see the video biography I made about her, I'll leave a link to it here. Also, she saw the video I made about her and wrote me an email. She kinda disappeared from bodybuilding back in the day, and her email kind of explained why. If you want to jump ahead to that portion of the video, use the timestamps in the description. Back to the NPCs that just wrapped up this weekend. NPC shows are kind of confusing because there's multiple brackets in each division. To give you an idea, when I competed in Physique, it was through NPC, and it was the novice division, where I placed third out of about 13 other guys. But if it was a pro qualifier, and I had won, I would have earned my IFBB Pro Card. And if I would have won both the novice and the open divisions, that means I would have won the overall. So I would have gotten 3 trophies. Let's focus on the ladies who earned their pro cards in Physique and bodybuilding. It would take way too long to go over the top 5 in so many different classes. We'll do women's Physique first, because it looked like there was some potential. The overall winner was Astrid Cruz, and honestly she looked on par or even better than some of the women we've seen at the shows over the summer. She would have done well in both bodybuilding and Physique at this show, had she entered both. The separation in her legs definitely rivaled some of the pros. She had good size and thickness in the chest, back, and the upper body. Her glutes looked a little bit smooth, especially in comparison to some of the pros, but still had a good shape overall. I'd recommend adding more size and cuts in the abdominals. This is tricky because her waist looks so tiny, tight, and flat here, so overdoing it in the abs might thicken up the nice flare that she has going on. The last thing I'd point out is that her hair looked way better at finals, but other than that, congrats to the first place finisher and overall champ. Danielle Petze also won her Pro Card, and she's got a nice shape and structure here. There just needs to be more size to compete with the pros. Nichelle Litzsey also turned IFBB Pro, and needs to add more size in the legs to match her arms. Brianny Terry also won her Pro Card, and she might have some potential. She's looking a bit smooth here in some of these poses, but she's got a lot of the building blocks of a future pro star. Next up is Jaime Hensgen, who won her Pro Card, and she looks great from the front. She just needs to work on bringing her features out a little bit more in the back poses. The last Pro Card winner in Physique is Jennifer Erhardt. Good structure here, but she's got a little bit of work to do in the back poses. Okay, let's get into women's bodybuilding next. There were 2 divisions represented here, heavyweight and light heavyweight. Marianna Gasparyan won light heavyweight and earned her Pro Card. She had good fullness in her arms. Her legs looked full and ripped from the front, but she's missing some lines in the side poses that she might want to consider developing to be more competitive with the pros. I'd say if she tightened up her midsection and conditioning, she could have a shot at the top 5 at a couple pro shows next year. Ursula Morrow won the heavyweight division and earned her Pro Card. She brought decent size, but needs to tighten up her conditioning in the midsection. She also needs more size and development in the glutes and hamstrings to really put her on the same level as the pros. Candy Canary also competed in the heavyweight division and placed just outside the top 5. So she wrote me an email after seeing my video. If you watch my video biography on her, you know that she's kinda shy, so I don't want to share too much. But I'm super stoked that after all this time, she's made a comeback like this. In her email, she pretty much confirmed the reasons for leaving the sport back when she did. She saw what other competitors were doing to be the best, and the sacrifices they made to get there, and she was unwilling to sacrifice her own beauty and femininity to get there. So after this appearance she made at the 2007 USA's, she found out she was going to have a son. So that's another reason she faded away from the sport. Since then, she's been staying in shape and helping to train other people who ask, because she feels her knowledge of bodybuilding is useless if it can't be shared with other people. It's kind of funny. It's almost like Candy competes in the sport just because of her love for it, without expecting anything in return, and that is rare. So here she is, 16 years later. The last time she stepped on stage, she was about 156 pounds, and told me that she was about this same size for this show, so that's awesome. Her goal was to hold on to some of her natural femininity and aesthetics, while trying to come in a little bit leaner, and I'd say she has achieved that. We've looked at a lot of bodybuilders on this channel who made some really impressive comebacks, but I think 16 years is a record. So Candy is a really positive person, and it's her goal to inspire women of all ages, while showing them that everything is possible with the right attitude, self-love, and work ethics. Unfortunately, Candy really isn't on any social media, so there's not really a good way to keep up with her right now, and that kind of goes along with her introverted personality. The last point I want to touch on is that her sons have been able to find some old videos of her looking great, and they ask her why some people leave hateful comments or say rude things about her, and that's kind of sad. So I'd urge anyone watching this video, maybe you love muscular women, but aren't in a place where you can admit it yet, or maybe it's not your thing altogether, but bodybuilding is just a small subset of these women's lives, and it doesn't last forever. A lot of these times, these women are trying to spread a message of positivity and hard work, and saying thoughtless, negative comments about a sport these women love can permeate the lives of others in ways you wouldn't expect. So maybe not all female bodybuilders are your cup of tea, or maybe none of them are, but maybe if we showed them the same amount of positivity, it'd do everybody a lot of good. So congrats on your comeback, Candy. I hope this isn't the last we've seen of you on stage. Please like the video, leave a comment for Candy about her comeback, and be sure to subscribe for more great women's strength and bodybuilding content.